There are many unanswered questions. We've been asking those questions over the last few days. We still don't have answers. Let's open this up. Sandeep Sherkhane is the lawyer representing the accused who's been arrested. Karan Verma, Ishtaran, they stay on. Ira Trivedi, author and yoga acharya, is joining us. Abha Singh, lawyer, activist, Bhaskar Rao, former police commissioner of Bengaluru. And Mr. Dilip Cherian needs no introduction. He completes the panel. Good evening to all of you. I want to bring in the lawyer of the accused first. संदीप जी, सबसे पहला सवाल मैं आपसे पूछता हूं, आपको क्यों लगता है कि ये गलत व्यक्ति को मुंबई पुलिस ने पकड़ लिया है?
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मैं ये बताना चाहूंगा कि जो फुटेज 6th फ्लोर का बताया गया है, वो फुटेज में जो पर्सन है उसके फेस से ये है कि उसका फेस काफी डिफरेंट है. मैंने एक फॉरेंसिक के लिए, मैंने फेस रिकग्निशन के लिए प्राइवेटली मैंने एक रिपोर्ट सेंड की है, टीम को भेजा है, और उन्होंने आज मुझे काफी चीजें बताई है कि उनके जो जॉ लाइन और जो नेक से और नोज से और जो अपना ये जो माथा है उसका लेंथ और आईज के काफी चीजें ऐसे लगती है कि काफी चीजें उससे मैच नहीं करती.
मैं आऊंगा, और भी बहुत सवाल हैं. आई एम श्योर पैनलिस्ट जो हमारे उनके मन में भी हैं, वो भी आपसे कुछ सवाल पूछेंगे. बट मिस्टर भास्कर राव, व्हाट इज योर रीडिंग ऑफ द केस सो फार?
See, allow the Mumbai Police Commissioner to carry out the investigation. No crime can be suppressed and something false can be planted. It is not an easy thing. How much ever pressure the police is in, the case cannot be turned by putting false people over there. But definitely the Commissioner of Police and senior officers who are not appearing before media should reassure the people as well as media to ensure that the conspiracy theories which are emanating from different places is disproved and professionalism prevails. No doubt the subordinate police officers will carry out an investigation, but it is time the senior officers assure the people that each and every conspiracy theory is dismissed, because nowhere we have seen so many theories coming out and some of them downright insulting the integrity or the personal life of the subject in question over there.
Right.
Without commenting and getting into those details and respecting the privacy, allow Mumbai police to carry out, but definitely senior officers must intervene and assure that falsehood is not being portrayed.
No one is stopping or even suggesting that the police, one minute. While I agree with the larger point that you're making, sir, the thing is that when people have doubts, those doubts have to be cleared, dispelled, answered. The Mumbai police is yet to answer many things, the chronology, and there are other things also. The lawyer of the accused is also here. But Karan, before I bring you in and come to Ishtaran, Ira Trivedi, how are you seeing this case? Over the last 8 days, look at the kind of questions, theories that are doing the rounds.
I feel like the case is pretty clear, and now especially that the accused has been caught, and it's very clear that he has done it. So that's a very big feeling of safety in our hearts, that the police has acted to find this person, and that has been closed at least. And I really feel like in many which ways, everyone acted really well. And Saif, despite his major injuries, the media had really put the injuries as they were something very major. He's also home within a week. That's a major relief to all of his fans. So this is my take on the case, that of course, looking at the incident itself, it's also important to look at the larger scenario. What does this incident teach us in terms of security, etc.?
All right. Abha Singh, there are many like Ira Trivedi who are convinced and, quite satisfied with the way this probe has unfolded.
You know, that's fine, but I feel Mumbai police should do a press conference, because if such type of theories are floating that the picture does not match with the person who was on the staircase, etc., at least that much the public has a right to know whether the investigation is in the right direction, because these are all public figures. But apart from that, yes, there are less police on the road after Baba Siddiqui's murder. This is a big issue, that if people can enter homes and knife for robbery, then Mumbai police, which had a name as a Scotland Yard, cannot let Mumbaikars down. That is important. Also, I feel in Sushant Singh Rajput also multiple theories floated. Why these types of stories? Who plants them? Who tries to divert the attention? These things must be investigated by Mumbai police too.
Who tries to, plant these theories, Dilip Cherian?
The route to planting stories lies in the culture of paparazzi and the Bollywood coverage that goes on. The need to have wall-to-wall coverage on this issue has resulted in people clutching at straws, which would otherwise be allowed to float freely and be ignored. And the second thing is that, the police needs to communicate certain things without necessarily compromising either the technicalities or even the spirit of
So clear
their
and coherent
investigation.
communication on part of the police is also important, because, that's where I think, Ishtaran, most of the problem lies at the moment. People are asking questions, raising doubts, but there is no one responding to them.
Pranesh, also see who did the crime, how is it being investigated, that all police has to do. But certain basic facts which are very controversial in this case: what time was the injury, what time did you reach the hospital, who brought you to the hospital? The media has reported multiple versions of that. What was the nature of injury, how fast that this injury recovered? Multiple doctors have opined on that. So all these things which are factual things, they should be very clear. There should not be so much confusion and doubt. And it's easy to blame media or paparazzi. Anywhere in the world, in any democratic country, people in public life, if such an instance occurs, media will of course cover it. It is only sometimes police is not very happy with the media covering it, or there are certain people who are anti-free press who are very unhappy with why is media covering it and coming up with stories which are per se, prima facie. We had one version that you came with a 5 or 6 year old child bleeding from your house. Why were other people of the house not bringing it? Anybody who puts out that version, that question is logical for media to ask of anybody in public life. So what police is investigating, what police comes out will of course come out in court and will have to be proved in court. But on basic facts, when after 7-8 days there are multiple versions, it of course will become a question which people will raise to understand what exactly happened, because it does not appear a very simplistic story as what has come out till now.
People who are questioning the coverage, the wall-to-wall coverage, and it's not Mr. Cherian alone. There are other people who believe that, look, don't make a spectacle of the case. The idea is not to make a spectacle, but the police must hold a press conference and end this once and for all. They can do it, but they are silent. Karan, do you have the answer to some of the questions? Who took Saif to hospital? You don't. I don't know who took him. Who called Mr. Zaidi? His name is mentioned in the medical legal report.
So Pranesh, I think I'll begin by saying that the media and the police have actually acted responsibly. They've not gone on for speculation. They've been very responsible. They're very easy targets. But here, most of the speculation has come from the multiple versions coming from a doctor who says he walked in like a lion with a 5-year-old kid. I mean, there was no need for him to say this. Then another version came from the house help. So, when multiple versions are coming from you, it's wrong to blame the media or the police here. The police is trying to get to the bottom of it. They've not issued a statement till they're very clear with the facts. And, for the opposition, look how irresponsibly the opposition has behaved. Arvind Kejriwal held a press conference within 24 hours saying it's a law and order problem. Nana Patole, the moment it came out that there was an illegal Bangladeshi who had committed this, said they are being targeted. This cannot happen. So here the police is exercising extreme caution, and we ought to know, without breaching any privacy, we ought to know what really happened before jumping the gun and casting aspersions on the law and order situation. It's important to know whether it was a lapse at the private security agency, because right now there is police protection that has been given. So if God forbid anything happens, it's the state's responsibility. But if there is a lapse at the end of the private security agency,
Right.
we ought to know. We ought to know. The Mumbai police has tried to recreate the crime. Why are multiple versions coming in from Saif Ali Khan's house is the question. They should come up with a coherent reply.
Right.
And then only
When will that
perhaps
happen?
they
We
can
don't know.
disseminate
Before
it
I
to the
bring in
media and
Sandeep ji, once again, Ishtaran,
Pranesh, also for police, it becomes very difficult to investigate crimes which happen in a house because there are multiple factors playing out. So give police some time, because when there are family members in the house, it happens in a house, there could be any possibility, and it's not necessary that police is getting a truthful version also. So for police to investigate crimes which happen in a house, any crime, forget this crime of Saif Ali Khan, any crime becomes very sensitive and very difficult because you do not know which is the version being put out. So let's wait for police to come out, because whatever they file in court is the final version. So we'll have to have some patience for police to come out with the true version of whatever happened in that house.
संदीप जी, मुंबई पुलिस आप कह रहे हैं कि आपके जो क्लाइंट हैं, जो अक्यूज्ड हैं इस केस में, जिनको अरेस्ट कर लिया गया, उनको फंसाया गया है, मुंबई पुलिस ने कहा है कि उनकी इन्वेस्टिगेशन 100% राइट डायरेक्शन में चल रही है एंड दे इवन हैव अ फिंगरप्रिंट मैच.
पुलिस ने फिंगरप्रिंट्स के लिए उन्होंने फिंगरप्रिंट्स लिए हैं ऐसा बताया है, लेकिन मेरे को सिर्फ एक ही सवाल है, अगर आपने फिंगरप्रिंट्स लिए हैं तो वो जो फॉरेंसिक टीम उस वक्त जिस वक्त ये हादसा हुआ इमीडिएटली वो फॉरेंसिक टीम वहीं पे प्रोड्यूस गई नहीं थी. उन्होंने कोई स्पेसिफिक एरिया सील नहीं किया है, ना ही उन्होंने कोई प्रॉपरली फिंगरप्रिंट्स के लिए कोई सैंपल लिए गए. ऐसा कोई टीम वहां पे जाके उन्होंने कोई इंस्पेक्शन हुआ नहीं.
मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहता हूं संदीप जी कि आप बोल रहे हैं कि बहुत सारे लूप होल्स हैं, क्या क्या आपके हिसाब से लूप होल्स हैं इन्वेस्टिगेशन में?
लूप होल्स देयर इज, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल व्हेन द इंसिडेंट हुआ इमीडिएटली किसी ने कॉल नहीं किया, ना ही कोई हेल्पलाइन नंबर में कुछ हुआ है. इमीडिएटली कोई सिक्योरिटी गार्ड को नहीं बुलाया गया है. आफ्टर hours of delay, the Saif Ali Khan has moved to the hospital by an auto rickshaw, and no family members had accompanied.
नहीं, आप जब ये बोलेंगे तो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन जो है वो यही होगा, आर यू सेइंग it's suspicious that family members didn't raise an alarm? उन्होंने ना पुलिस को फोन किया, ना नेबर्स को बताया जब सैफ अली खान जी पे अटैक हुआ, क्या ये कह रहे हैं आप?
Yes, because Saif Ali Khan is a head of the family member now in his family. If the head of the family member has been brutally or something has been done to him, then it should be very it should become as family members panic and should call for the neighbors, and neighbors should come, otherwise security guards should come forward, and they should have called for the helpline of friends. Nothing has been done from their instance.
Okay.
Which is highly questionable. There is.
Let's see when we hear from the Mumbai police on the many unanswered questions. I thank the lovely panel that we had, Karan Verma, Ishtaran, Neera Trivedi, Abha Singh, Bhaskar Rao ji, and Mr. Cherian for joining us. Let's hope that we don't have to do another debate on this. And in the next few hours or in the next few days, we have all the answers to the questions we just raised and discussed. The news are on the other side, viewers.